What's going on, everybody? BrettProAngel bringing you today another deck profile. Today I'm on Adagnister. I've been on Drytron for quite a while. Adagnister is just something fun, a little bit different. I've been actually really liking it. Been doing really well on DB with it. Decided to bring it to locals, although I'm missing one card, but it's fine. I can still function. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into the profile. Starting things off with the Adagnister monsters. I do run three, I just call it fire. I run 3 Pikachu, 1 Doyon, 1 Buru, 1 water, 1 Danmari, and 1 Gachiri. I feel like this ratio is correct. You gotta have 3 of this, gotta have 3 of this, and then 1 of all the other ones. You really don't want to brick on them, but it's just, you kind of want to have enough to see the names, because sometimes you run into struggles where you just don't see enough names. But yeah, that's really it for all the Adagnister monsters. And then moving on to the spells, we got 3 Signet Minings, 3 I Michus. I actually opted to run 3 Idle Reborn. In my opinion, this deck's a lot like Dragon Link, and they need like 3 World Legacy Guard Dragon. A lot of people are only running 2 of this, but I think 3 is necessary because you really want to see it, especially if you get hand trapped. And I also choose to run 1 Monster Reborn, only because you know, Monster Reborn is just a further extender. This deck gets hand trapped very easy. Also, we got the islands and terraforming. So I'm supposed to have a 3rd island. That's the only card I'm missing. So instead of the island, I decided to run 1 Mystic Mine. This actually won me a game 1 against Tri-Brigade because he didn't have a main decked out for that. But yeah, so that's really it for like all the pseudo engine cards. Next we have Called By and 2 Trip Tack Talents, and then I do mainboard 1 Duster. I was actually thinking about cutting this for another Talents because a lot of the times that I had this, I wished it was Talents. So I'm thinking about just making this another Talents. Play through hand traps so much easier. If they droll you, you just hand rip them. Neither one of us are playing, so it's the theory behind it. Moving on to the hand traps, I run quite a big lineup. I got 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash. I run 2 Ghost Bell. I think this is the best hand trap of the format right now. And then 3 Imperm. Imperm is just so crazy right now against stuff like Tri-Brigade. It kind of slows down Drytron a little bit. They can play through it, but I definitely really like this. I thought about upping Bell to 3, but I really don't want to break the consistency of the rest of them because I think they're all 3 ofs. Bell's like give or take 2 or 3. So, but that's really it for all the hand traps. And then moving on to the extra deck, the Link 1s, I run 2 Dark Infant. I do run 1 Lingeribo. This actually comes up. Some people are running Link Spider in case you get nibbed. But my solution for that is I run Security Dragon. So I can just use a nib token and another monster to bring out Security Dragon. But then with the other Link 2s, I also run 2 Splash Mage. You definitely need 2. You're going to go through 1 in your first combo, and if they nib you, this is going to come up going for game on the next turn. And then 1 Cyber's Wicked. It's totally wicked, dude. And then, yeah, this card is just part of the combo. And then I do run 1 Update Jammer. I freaking love this card. This card just lets you just go for games so easy. Somebody nibbed me early today, and like I literally just had 2 extenders after a nib. That's all I had left, and the 2 extenders just made me win the game because I forget exactly what I did, but all I remember is I did something with Update Jammer, and it was just game. But yeah, so that's really it for all the weak links. And then for the Link 3s, you gotta have 1 Dark Templar. This is like the main piece of the combo. And then when you're going for game, Transcode Talker's really important. And then this right here is your what is that card called? It's the main card that you want to search with the I Meet You. That's what it is. And but yeah, so these are the only Link 3s you really need to run. Definitely need transcodes. Makes access codes so easy. Just allows you to out stuff. And then speaking of the Link 4s, we got only one, and that's access code talker. This just helps you just go for game with update jammer and just clear their board. And then one Link 6, and that's the arrival. This is the card you're trying to push for, the Link 6 guy. It's very hard for decks to out this. Literally only a Kaiju, a Boral Sword, and access code in most people decks can out this. Those are really the only ones. Then the only other cards I run one Wind Pegasus, just in case I need another I Meet You target. And then same thing with this. This card comes up quite often. You synchro him as part of the main combo. So you use him a lot more than him, but he can come up in a grind game. So yeah, that's really it for the extra deck. Moving on to the side deck. The side deck's very flexible. You can adjust it accordingly. Currently, I'm still in the process of switching some things around. So to start, I run 2 Alpha. I run 2 Gamma Seal. Kaijus are so good right now. Like, you out Herald of Ultimateness. Sky Striker is really good against them. And then for the actual hand traps, I run 2 Lancia, 2 DD Crow. DD Crow is kind of crazy right now. I only chose to run 2 Lance because Lancia, like, it's too important not to have, but you don't really need to max out on it. And I feel the same way with Crow. Like, I don't want to see too many of them, so I just went with 2 and 2, just more consistency. And then, of course, we gotta have at least 2 Droll. Droll is just so important against, like, Drytron and, like, you know, any decks that really searches. Mirror Match, it's just really good. But yeah, so that's really it for the hand trap lineup. And then the rest of the cards in the extra deck, you gotta have the Twin Twisters right now. Twin Twisters is just kind of crazy. Prank Kids, Tri-Brigade, Sky Striker. And the last 2 cards in the side deck, Mystic Mine and Red Reboot. The only reason I'm running Mine is because I don't have my 3rd islands. So instead of, I put 1 main board, 1 sideboard. So this is just like an out, like for, you know, if they don't have a main deck out for Mine, I just win. This comes up game 3 too. Like, if they droll you and then they proceed to do stuff and you hand trap them, and then you just hit them with a Mine, then they just kind of lose if they don't have a main deck out game 3. It just steals games, like, very easy. But yeah, so yeah, that's the profile. Thank you all for watching. Addignister. I really do like the deck. I think it has a lot of potential. After Tri-Brigade and Drytron might get hit up a little bit, this deck actually might be, you know, tier 1. I think it might be tier 1.5 right now, to be honest. But yeah, so that does it for the profile. BrettProAngel out.